Hey guys, welcome to the Oracle of Lilith. My name is Amy, and today I'm doing a messages from your ancestors pick a card. So I'm really glad you're here, and I hope you're doing well. This will be a messages from your ancestors that has to do with the Lionsgate portal that just opened. It opened around July 27th, 28th, something like that. And it's open until around August 8th, give or take. All right, so it's a very powerful portal of change and manifestation. And the ancestors came forward and asked me to do a pick a card. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to bring forth their messages. So I'm really, really glad you're here. Now, this is a timeless reading, however. So when you find this message and it resonates, it's for you. All right, so keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's a general session, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Now, as you see before you, we have 3 psychic linking objects. These are offerings, okay? I had a subscriber comment about doing a pick a card about the results of giving an offering, and that kind of inspired this reading. Okay, so I don't have the subscriber's name, so if you suggested that reading, this is what inspired this. That is what inspired this reading. So drop your name below, because I did take a picture of your suggestion, but I must have deleted it. I do that sometimes, so I apologize, but that inspired this reading. So each of these objects would be something that you could offer to your ancestors, or perhaps an ancestor would ask for it, you know. So that's what these 3 objects are. I am going to be pulling as I go today. So we're just going to be doing it that way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you each object up close so you can get a better vibe of each group. Group 1, you are the egg. And if you guys are wondering, there is a crystal with it, but it's just to keep the egg from rolling around. So group 2, you are this pink crystal offering bowl that I have, and inside is flour. Group 3, your object is 3 cinnamon sticks. Now, your ancestors that are coming forward was very specific about 3 cinnamon sticks. Okay, so that is your object. Okay guys, those are going to be your selections. I will insert a little video with some backing music for those of you guys who need a little bit more time to see which group you're drawn to. If you're drawn to more than one group, there's probably more than one message here for you. And with that said, I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures on the other side. Bye guys! Hey, Group 1, all of you that selected the egg, this is going to be your reading all about the messages that your ancestors have for you. Now, it feels like this reading has to do with the Lionsgate portal that we're in right now, currently, although this is a timeless reading. So if you find this reading and it resonates, then it's for you. All right. So this is a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Okay, so I'm going to be pulling as I go today, so let's just see what comes out for you guys. All right, ancestors, come forward for group 1 for this egg here, the egg group. There's somebody very funny here, and he's referring to this group as the egghead group. He's saying, call me Uncle. He's saying, call me Uncle Johnny. Call me Uncle Johnny with a Jonny. Okay, we have initiation. Ooh. Ooh, and that's a beautiful portal. That's a beautiful gateway. Initiation. Okay. I'm also hearing St. John, John the Baptist, St. John. We got several cards here that fell out. We have Celestial Realm. Okay, we have Awake. All right, we have Otherworld, and we have Voyage. Okay, now I'm feeling with this egg here, the egg feels like there's something being born. There's something incubating. So I feel like now for some of you, I feel like this is something creative. It's a business, it's school, it's something you're working on, it's something you're nurturing, it's something you're protecting, it's something that is very important to you. Okay. I feel like, you know, you've put your heart and soul into it. And maybe it's taking longer than you think, right? And I feel like the ancestors are coming forward. And some of them, I'm feeling and I'm seeing a vision of these ancestors kind of like leaning on this table. Okay, I feel like they're leaning on my reading table. And what I'm feeling with that is there's been heavy, heavy generational patterns here. There's been heavy, heavy, really heavy energy of blockage here. Wow, this has been hard. I feel like you guys have really, like your bloodline, your family line has really struggled to kind of like get free of the bondage, the oppression. And I feel like for some of you, this is from outside. This is outside oppression by from a society that somehow became a generational type curse. Okay, so it could be like poverty, it could be abuse. And, you know, sometimes abuse, neglect, things like that start with poverty because the stress, and listen, I'm not justifying anyone's abuse, okay? I want to say that clearly. I'm bringing through the messages of the ancestors. And we're talking about lack here. We're talking about people who have lived in lack. I want to point out to you that many of your ancestors, they learned how to maneuver through lack, through poverty, through spiritual lack, through emotional lack, through physical lack. They were very smart. I'm feeling like these are ancestors from like Depression era, from potato famine era. This is also like, oh man, that hit my heart chakra. I feel that, like I feel that energy just, woo. Like I feel oppressed peoples here, like indigenous. I feel, wow, it's like taking my breath away, like the oppressive energy of just not being able to live in normality. I feel like I feel this energy of being taken from one place and brought to another and imprisoned and forced into a type of slavery. And I don't say this lightly. It is something that is, the feeling of this is intense. And Wow, you guys, your line is very, you know, I don't think I don't think people realize um, they just don't know. They just don't know. Like the strength here is unbelievable. So I just want to give a moment to these amazing ancestors. I think that group one, let's just take a moment to honor your ancestors for the strength of will, for the absolute brilliance of mind, of spirit, of body, to survive. There was a lot of serious work to keep this bloodline together. And I know for some of you, there is, trauma here. There is heavy, heavy energy because I just got a taste of that. Like that was just a little. Your ancestors just gave me a little drop of that, like just a little drop. I cannot. Like you guys are impressive. Like you guys are very impressive. Heavy, heavy, heavy lifters as far as generational curse breaking and pattern breaking. And I am moved by your energy and your strength. And I want to thank you. But let's just take a moment, like in silence, just to give a moment of honor to your ancestors. Okay. Okay. Now, I feel like this portal is extremely powerful for you guys, because this egg that has been incubating is going to burst forward for many of you. So for some of you, I feel like fertility is going to be very profound. Some of you guys, if you're wanting to have kids, I feel like the next year is going to be a very fertile time for you. So be careful if you know what I'm saying. I think the ancestors are like, be careful, be careful. So word of warning if you don't, word of blessing if you do, keep track and all that good stuff, whatever you do. I do feel like for many of you, there's going to be more contact from your ancestors. There's going to be more signs and more like acknowledgement, okay? Because part of this incubation, as I look at this egg and I see the initiation card coming out underneath it, part of the incubation, part of this pause, I'm hearing like there's been a pause, there's been a slowness, there's been a perhaps you had like a good flow of something, and then it just seems like we're all in this kind of weird space right now. And you've been incubating. Sometimes we energetically take these pauses because we've been moving so fast. Many of you have gone through different levels of awakening with this awake card. You've been transmuting energy. You've been, bringing the energy into your life, regulating, getting accustomed. It's almost like I would describe this is what the ancestors are saying. It's like when you get a new couch. You get new furniture for your living room where you're at every day. And you love it. It's great, but you got to get used to it, right? You got to kind of acclimate. And, sometimes it's stiff. Sometimes, you got to get used to the new cushions. And that's really what's been going on. Getting used to the new energy. Some of you guys have received new gifts, or you have new gifts that are being birthed. For some of you guys, your talents are increasing. And part of the manifestation of this is that some of you guys, not all of you, but some of you guys are going to receive more visionary experiences from your ancestors, okay? Now, part of the initiation is moving into this voyage card, this voyage and celestial realm. I feel like you guys are going to become more connected to the spiritual realm. This next level of evolution, when the egg, opens and there's a beautiful bird. There's a bird here. I'm not necessarily seeing a chicken. I'm seeing more like a phoenix. Although phoenixes really don't, that's not really a phoenix. That's not a phoenix. What is that? What is that? It's a peacock. It's a peacock. That's what it is. Okay. All right. It's a peacock. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. A peacock. Okay. I was confused, I guess. The ancestors are no, that's not a phoenix. That's a peacock, Amy. Okay. I see your ancestors wearing red. They're wearing a red covering on their head. They're wearing red linen tops and white pants. Okay, and I'm hearing different ATR belief systems, and some of the words being said to me I don't understand. Okay, so I wouldn't even know how to pronounce them, but I just want you to know the words I'm seeing. So we have hood love community. We have karma. All right. We have ego death. And we have just go. Yeah, I feel like part of this next voyage is going to lead you to a major change in your life. This ego death, listen, I've had an ego death. And it led me down the path, where I am now. Ego death is major. It really shifts your perspective on reality. And sometimes when we have an ego death, we have these experiences. I just want to tell you straight up, I feel like I'm hearing like, wow, your ancestors are like, just tell him. Some of you guys have like shaman energy, like you're a shaman. Okay, you were a shaman. There's shaman energy in your bloodline, okay? And they really are wanting otherworld here. They're really wanting you to like allow this to come forward, okay? Because it's to help your community. It's to help your family. It's to help you. It's like as you broke a lot of these patterns, as you continue to break these patterns, this is what's going to come forward for you. More shamanistic experiences, more intense. And I'm talking like as intense as this oppressive, heavy energy is how intense your gifts are going to be. They're flip sides of each other because you are transmuting. I felt just a drop of that intensity. It's just incredible. It's just horrific and heavy. It is just, and with that, I feel like the incredible power of your ability to alchemize that energy. And as you do, you get these incredible gifts, this access to these deeper levels of gifts that are extremely powerful. Some of you guys are healers, right? Some of you guys have these visions or this visionary ability. Some of you guys are writers. Some of you guys, you're meant to bring through your visions in a creative way. Some of you guys are meant to help your community. You're meant to help heal other people through these experiences. And what I'm getting is that this next time in your life, as you move into this beautiful time of a real leveling up of your abilities and a knowing of self, like I feel like through this experience, through this getting more in touch with this very shamanistic, very primal, very like people of the earth. So powerful, just absolutely powerful energy. It is going to transform not only you, but your life and the way you see things. And you're going to understand how connected you really are. And for some of you, it's going to shake you in ways you never thought possible. And I want you to know that your ancestors are here for you. They're here to help walk you through this. Some of you will seek, or you already have sought guidance. You've already had some strange experiences. Like right now, I'm having a really weird experience where I'm feeling a lot of deja vu with this reading. I feel like I've already given this reading, even though this is the first time I've ever given it. So that's very strange for me. And there's a need here to let go. There's a need here to let go of the past concepts of yourself. This can be, and it's part of this ego death, okay? Many of us hold very hard shell concepts of who we are. And they are fundamental to our functionality. Functionality is a word I'm getting. My tongue is heavy, but that's the word I'm getting. And I feel like part of your functionality is blocking. It's keeping you in this very tight, oppressive state. Now, I want to say, ancestors are like, we know you have to make money. You have to live. But you don't have to make yourself small. You know, ancestors, they were really good, brilliant. They weren't just good, man. They were brilliant. And this goes for many, many different populations. They were brilliant about figuring out ways to continue their traditional heartfelt practices and culture under the radar of oppression. And sometimes they masked it with things that seemed very, appropriate or whatever the fucking word is. You know what I'm saying? But they figured it out, right? And I feel like it's almost like they're going to give you a voyage of discovery, of discovering these deeply rooted truths around you about your life. These deeply rooted, I'm seeing like mysterious energies around you. It's almost like I'm feeling this energy. I'm feeling like shamanistic energy, like coming alive around you, where you begin to see how alive the world is around you, and you begin to vibe with it in a way that you never have before. It's really going to awaken this deep and very powerful healing ability for you. And I feel like some of you may heal in very unique ways. And some of you guys, it's very deeply connected to your creativity. So some of you guys are going to be urged to be very creative. That's what this egg is about. And for others, it's about nurturing. You're a nurturer. You're a natural born nurturer. And I'm seeing herbs. I'm seeing plants. I'm seeing plant medicine. I'm seeing caring. I'm seeing healing the sick. I'm seeing healing the wounded, okay? And I'm seeing other people using color and formations of color and frequency and vibration to help heal people. So it's different, okay? I'm also seeing seers, people who are visionaries, who go in and they voyage. They do these otherworld voyages, these celestial realm voyages, healing people. I'm seeing people who are healing with their touch and things like that. The power that happens when people break this kind of ancestral bondage is just, it's incredible. It is unbelievable and unstoppable. And I feel like your ancestors are really coming forward to really tell you how incredible you are, how I don't think you realize how much, some of you guys have so much untapped potential here. Some of you feel it, some of you don't. It's different for different people, and it always is. That's always kind of the thing. It's different for different people. Okay, we're going to get a few more cards here. They're pulling me to the Impasse Oracle. What else do we have? What else would you like to say? ancestors. They're happy. They're very happy. I'm seeing fruit. Some of your ancestors would like a fruit offering. I'm seeing peaches. I'm seeing bananas. I'm seeing pineapples. Some of them are very specific. Some of them want water. They want water. They want ancestor money. And what I'm getting here is think about what we didn't have. Those are the things we want now, okay? We're going to get these 2 cards and one more, okay? We have meditating and reflecting, okay? Examining self-identity. There's the ego death. There's big changes for you, lots of growth. And we have expressing artistic creativity. Boom. Yes. I feel like some of you guys are not allowing yourself to be creative enough. You're not expressing your creativity. Listen, spirituality can be extremely creative. And really, creativity and spirituality go hand in hand. They are not separate. They are connected, deeply, deeply connected, okay? We have the examining self-identity, which is number 22, which is a master number. And we have ego death here. And again, I'm being pulled back to this idea of how we have some very hard shell ideas about self. Listen, I've been here. I had to let go of a lot of hard shell ideas about myself, like solid, constructed ideas I had about who I was. And it can take a while. Like, sometimes you got to sit on your egg for a while, okay? You got to let yourself off the hook. If a foundational construction of self is not working, then it's time to examine it. What is not working about it? What about who you are is not ringing true? What no longer serves you about your identity, about what you do every day, about who you try to be or who you are? What no longer serves you? I got to tell you, when I was laying in that bed that's over there for 6 years and I started trying to get up out of bed, I asked for the awareness. I asked to be awake. And I feel like your ancestors are coming forward, and I feel like this may be a question many of you might want to ask them. Help me become aware of the ways that I am being that are toxic and are blocking myself. How am I acting in ways that are keeping me from growth? How am I keeping myself in the same oppressive cycle? Now, some of you might say, well, I'm breaking these chains. I'm doing these things. Yes, you are. But I guarantee you, you are still doing some things that are not, they're not helping you. They're hindering you, because we always do, because there's always patterning going on. Right? And I feel like your ancestors really want to help you transform. They really want to help you be able to get off this egg and it to pop open, and for you to be the peacock. To see the beautiful peacock. You know, the peacock has like the beautiful feathers, you know, and to see your plumage and to see you strut around and be proud of who you are and feel good in your skin. Feel like you identify with your skin, with, you know, and I don't mean that like we are our vessel, okay? We're spirit in this physical body, but you know, some of us are very detached from our bodies for different reasons. Some of us don't feel at home in our bodies because we don't appreciate them or like them or whatever. You know, some of us have experienced a lot of body shame. Some of us have experienced a lot of pain. We have all kinds of different issues. And I feel like group 1, for some of you, your ancestors are really calling you to deal with if you have those issues, to deal with those issues, because for some of you, that's a hardwired, hard shell, foundational issue that is blocking you from reaching your full potential. Because I tell you what, with like shamanism and things like that, you have to be able to let go in the vessel. Okay, that's part of being able to bring this magical energy through, is understanding that the vessel is a tool. It's a tool to commune with spirit and allow it to come through. And if you're busy judging your vessel, if you're busy judging yourself, it's very hard to get in a shamanic space. Okay, so for some of you guys, there may be something around that you need help with. Okay, so ask your ancestors. Whatever the awareness comes to mind to you of your block, ask them and then make an offering. Some of them want fruit. I'm hearing fruity wine, or if be legal and all that stuff. Fruity wine, or it doesn't have to be alcoholic. Fruit juice. There's something about fruit. I feel like these ancestors miss fruit from where they were. Okay, so if your family originated from someplace else and they had different fruit from where you live now, get that kind of fruit if you can. Now, these ancestors are like, don't pay $40 for like fruit. Okay, be realistic, but do what you can. Okay. All right, group one, that's what I received for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Group two, all of you that selected this pink offering dish with the flower in it. This is going to be your reading all about the messages that your ancestors have for you. This feels very connected to the Lion's Gate that's going on right now, although it is a timeless reading. So just take what resonates here and leave the rest behind. So let's get into it and start pulling some cards. I'm going to pull from the Portal Oracle and see what's coming through for you. I'm going to move this, I think, like right here. Nope, right here. There we go. All right. Ancestors for group two. Oh, my. I'm feeling the energy of your ancestors come forward. Wow. I feel like there was a lot of hunger with these ancestors. I felt that with group one too, but this is different. This feels different. Like this feels a lot different. Okay, tell me more about this situation. Tell me more. What messages do you have? I'm seeing like starvation with these ancestors. I'm seeing like numbers like 1382, 1252, 1182. Okay. We have choice, 23. That came through. All right. Choices. Well, we had quite a few that kind of flipped over. All right. We have adventure. We have presence. Okay. Anything else? We have seclusion that came out as well. Okay. So your ancestors are coming forward and they want to talk about the fact that you're going to have a choice. 23 reduces to a 5. So there's a change coming and there's a choice. And it feels like you're going to have a choice between adventure and seclusion. So basically staying where you are. Seclusion doesn't necessarily feel to me right now like seclusion necessarily, although some of you guys are secluded or you're keeping to yourself, you're more isolated. Maybe you don't have a lot going on in your personal life, that kind of thing. But it feels like almost like staying in the same place. Okay. And it feels like this choice is coming through. And it feels scary because it's around adventure. So let's talk about this choice. Tell me about this choice. Ancestors, tell me about the choice. I'm seeing, okay, bibbidi boppity boo. I'm seeing the fairy godmother from Cinderella, and she's saying bibbidi boppity boo. I feel like your ancestors are acting like your fairy godparents. Like they're trying to bring something into you. Like they're trying to bring you more adventure. I'm trying to bring you something that you want. Oh, wow. Okay, we have the Karma card. Okay. We have the Ace of Cups. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like the Ace of Cups, they're trying to bring you a wish fulfillment. Okay. but there's a choice required. And I'm not reading reversals, we have the Six of Swords. There's a choice required. And in order to get movement, you're going to have to kind of like move forward in an imperfect way. It's not going to be in the way that you think, and you're going to have to accept that it's not going to be perfect. Okay? And I know, listen to me, darling. Listen to your Auntie Amy and your ancestors, okay? It may not look perfect, all right? But it's perfect for you, okay? And I feel your fear. I feel your trepidation. I feel like I'm scared. I'm scared to move forward. I feel like these swords right here represent like fear, doubt. It's like you're afraid to leap towards something that could be fun. It could be exciting. It could really get you out of this place of like, you may be secluded, but not necessarily. It could be just like a stagnant energy, or I feel like some of you guys are just lonely. You feel isolated. You may have a lot of people around you, but you feel like they don't know you. Yeah, I feel like, okay, tell me more about this choice, because I feel like in some ways you're like thinking about it too much. Look how the Seven of Pentacles, look how they're just standing there, like working hard, overthinking. That's what I'm feeling intuitively. That's what I'm feeling here, like overthinking, overworking it. You know, just let it grow. You don't have to think about it all the time. You don't have to analyze it all the time. Some of you guys are over-analyzing this choice. You're over-analyzing a happy situation or a potentially happy thing. And instead of going for it, and I'm hearing ancestors saying like, we're bringing this to you. Okay? Some of you guys are in it right now. You know what this is. And you're over-analyzing it, and you're refusing to walk into it. We have the shadow side. Yeah, like you're over-analyzing it. You're not wanting to move forward with it. It's like you're afraid of this wish fulfillment. Are you afraid you're going to get disappointed? Are you afraid that you're going to break your own heart? This might have to do with the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. I feel like for some of you guys, this is a relationship. I'm just going to tell you. Like, it's a relationship. It's an opportunity. It's something where you're having to have faith in someone or situation here. And I feel like you are afraid that this person's going to leave, or the situation's someone's going to fire you, or someone's going to leave you. And what they're saying is bullshit. Like, you can't really believe them. It's like not the universe. It would be ancestors in this. The ancestors are like, no, it is us. But the ancestors are part of the universe, right? So, but it's like the ancestors are like, we're bringing this to you. Like, you asked for this choice, and either you're about to overthink something or you're currently overthinking something. But through this portal, is an opportunity for you to kind of work through these shadow elements of your fear, and move forward. And I feel like what they're asking you to do is connect with the presence of this King of Pentacles energy. Okay, so I'm feeling like this person or this situation, whatever resonates for you, okay, it could be either or, okay, so use your own discernment here. But this person is very healing, okay, this is a very healing connection or a healing situation. This person is very trustworthy. They're very stable, okay. I also feel like this person isn't pressuring you. This person isn't pushing you. This person isn't fast moving. And for some of you, that might be part of the seclusion energy. Maybe you expected something to kind of come in and just be really fast and, you know, like make things happen as far as a relationship goes, and it hasn't been going as quickly as you would like. But as I said earlier, the truth is, things may not be perfect like you think, but they're perfect for you. And it feels like how whatever situation this is that your ancestors want you to know that if it had moved any quicker, you wouldn't be where you are today. It probably would have brought you a lot of anxiety. You wouldn't have been able to work on the issues you have. If you hadn't been in the state you were in, a lot of you guys have been in a hermit state. When you're in a hermit state and working on yourself, you tend to get really powerful. And some of you guys haven't connected with your power. Once you connect with the power that you have really harnessed through this either state of pause, this reflective period, or this period where you have felt kind of like on your own or just separated from people, you'll be able to move into this choice. Some of you guys know deep down in your heart, you're just scared. You're scared of the change. You're scared of what this means. You're scared of the fact, some of you guys are scared of the fact that this wish fulfillment, for some of you guys, this is love. Okay, this is like true love. Okay. And you're afraid of the adventure. You're afraid of the new voyage of this love. For some of you guys, this is an opportunity. This is some kind of opportunity or job or an offer of some kind that you're overthinking. It's different for different people. But the ancestors are saying this is stable, okay? You're struggling with this because you're dealing with some deep issues with your shadow still. Like they're coming up for you to work through. But it's really important that you connect with your own strength. Okay, what you've learned. What do you know to be true? What do you know to be true about this person, place, or situation? What do you know? Do they just walk away from things? Do they just give up? Or do they stay? Have they been supportive? If it's a situation, has the situation been positive? Has it been good for you? If the answer is yes, then what is wrong? What is the heart of this matter? Let's find out. Let's go to the Empath Oracle. What is the heart of this matter, ancestors? What is the heart of this matter? I'm being guided to the flower. Flour makes bread. Bread is nourishment. I feel like you guys probably haven't really been nourished. Okay, that's what the starvation is. Your bloodline, your ancestors really haven't learned how to emotionally nurture each other. Probably haven't had a lot of emotional connection in your family. Probably aren't huggers. If you are, it's awkward. You probably don't really know how to talk about emotions very well. If you do, it might be always super emotional, like there's like a lot of crying or a lot of yelling. It's never like talking about emotions in healthy ways. And so that's why it's coming up, because these emotions are real, they're very deep, and it's scary because we're unsure how to really express those. And I feel like there may be not a good grasp here on understanding like the depth of emotions, and there's a fear of loss. There's an instant fear, like when you feel the depth of emotion, there's an instant fear of loss. And that's part of what we're working through, okay? And I feel like that's probably why these ancestors didn't really go into deep emotions, because they always felt the loss. You know, they didn't feel the love. They immediately felt the pain of the possible loss. So I feel like part of what's going on here is learning to lean into the good feelings of love instead of or affection or good situations, whatever this is, okay? The good, leaning into the good instead of leaning into the fear, okay? Healing the fear response. Healing the immediate response being fear to something good, something positive, okay? I would say, as someone who's been traumatized and has a traumatized brain, I would say the first response, the fight or flight response of expecting the next shoe to fall, or the next shoe to fall. You know, that's how I explain it. Like you're always waiting. Oh, this is good. Oh, so when is the next shoe gonna fall? Like, when's the next thing going to happen that's going to ruin this? Our brains get kind of trained for that because it happens. We've seen it happen over and over. And I feel like the ancestors are like, that's a pattern of thinking, that's a pattern of behavior, that's a pattern of self-sabotage. And you're being given a choice, or the choice has been made. There's someone in your life or someone coming, there's a situation, there's something you want, and there is this self-sabotage going on. Because there's someone here or a situation here that's very stable. It is your wish fulfillment. It is what you want. The ancestors have helped bring this to you. It offers you adventure. For some of you guys, this is like true love. This is your person. For others, this is like a very positive move in your career or a hobby or business or something you want. Okay. It could also be like a best friend wish fulfillment. It's something that you want. And there's this inability to kind of choose because I think it's because by choosing, you feel the emotion. You feel the depth of it. And for some of you guys, this emotion is very deep. I feel it. I feel it in my belly. Like for some of you, this love that you feel is very deep. It's like profound. It's like so deep. For others, this opportunity or situation feels satisfying. And for some of you, that is overwhelming. We have invoking guides, gods, and guardians. Okay, so what I'm getting with this is your ancestors want you to ask them for help. You have to ask them for help with this specifically. Also, a special offering. What I'm getting is, there's flour here. I'm getting some of them want bread, like fresh bread. You can bake it. You can buy it. It doesn't matter. Some of them want muffins or croissants, and it depends on what your bloodline is. Okay, so I'm going to say whatever bread or bread-like product is relevant to your ancestors. Okay, so that's what they're asking for. Okay, and for some of you guys, they want like 7 days. And it doesn't have to be a new loaf every day, but like a fresh piece every day. Okay, and they're asking that the piece you remove be fed to like animals, be put outside, like for birds or whatever. Okay, so that's the information that they're getting as far as like an offering goes. Okay, so they want to help you with this, but they are asking for a special offering for 7 days. Okay, and I feel like they're going to come in with messages to you, and I'm getting like right. So what I'm getting is like the first day you can write like, please help me with whatever. And then as the days progress and you get thoughts and awarenesses and things like that, you can continue to write notes to them on the daily. Okay. And just include those notes. You can do with them what you will as far as what you do with like ritual items, whatever your practice is, whatever is specific for your practice. Okay, let's get some more energy here. So they're saying, ask them for help. Okay, I feel like, if you're stuck with a choice or you're stuck with not accepting something good, they want to help you accept that. They want to help you overcome this obstacle. We have bonding with the rhythm of life. Okay, some of you guys are not, like, part of this seclusion energy feels like someone who is living outside the rhythm of their life. Okay, everyone's life has their own rhythm. Okay, you get sleepy, you get hungry, you need some happy time, you need some downtime. And I feel like group 2, part of this message is that the reason why you're having issues making this choice is you're not in rhythm with your life. Like, you're not meeting your own fundamental needs. And so some of you guys are very stressed. There's a lot of anxiety. Some of you guys are really in your head, especially about this situation. And you can't get any perspective because your vessel is some of you guys are having like nervous energy constantly, like you cannot calm down. Again, I want to bring you back to your ancestors. Some of you guys need to spend some time in meditation with your ancestors. You need to find a calming situation. Now, some people are not calm by trying to meditate, like crossing legs, playing music. So some people are active meditators, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you are an active meditator, go for a walk, if you meditate what do I mean by meditate? There's different kinds of meditation. Some people need to get quiet and hum and all that stuff and chant. For some people, going on a walk and letting your mind kind of like get into nature and things is meditative. Meditative to me is any place where your mind is kind of transported, where you are engaged in the moment. You are locked in the moment. For some people, that is sports. And it gets you in the moment, it gets you in the game, and you're not thinking about like the bills you got to pay or this choice you got to make, or, whether your wish fulfillment is real, whether your relationship is real, or any of those kind of things. And I feel like for you, that would be a huge relief, any kind of stress relieving. And I'm thinking mental. So it can be physical, like a physical activity, but it needs to have a mental component where you are transported into that activity, where you're not constantly thinking about stuff. Some of you guys do crossword puzzles. I think that's great. Just something where you give your mind rest. And then also, I'm feeling like some of you guys need to spend some time with your ancestors. Like you need to spend some time with their spirit, with their energy. Okay, just honoring them. I'm also getting like for those of you that this is heavy, this is a real heavy thing. Okay, I'm getting like an iron key. Put an iron key on their altar. Some of you guys don't have altars, some of you do. You don't have to make a big to-do about it, but they're saying just a candle and, a piece of bread and some water. And if you can do like spring water, that's great. If you can't, just do what you got. Okay, do what you can. All right. But if it's heavy, do like an iron key. If you can't get an iron key, get the key you can get. Okay. It's really about symbolism. It's really about honoring their wishes. It's about really having a communication, like having a conversation with your ancestors and being open to that. Okay. And I feel like there's something for some of you about putting a, like a magic bag. There's different names for it. There's all kinds of different like mojo bags and things like that underneath your pillow or your mattress. If you know. For some of you, they're coming through, this is very specific, okay? They're coming through and they're letting you know that this offering of bread, like for 7 days, will help with enchanting that. Like they will enchant that. Some of you guys need to make some different oils. If you know, okay? But there's this need here to really get into the rhythm of your life. Like, what do you need? You need to respond to your needs more. You need to stop turning down the volume on your needs. Okay. And I feel like as you begin to become more responsive to your needs, this choice will become easier and easier because you're understanding this person or this situation is meeting some of those needs. It's a good thing. And part of your panic, part of the anxiety, part of it's that it's so good that you're scared. You're scared to go all in, because you might lose it. It might not happen, but it might happen, right? It's called, sometimes you got to take a chance, right? That's what life's about. That's what the adventure is about. Okay? We have mentalizing emotional impressions, and we have welcoming the help of others. There you go. Mentalizing emotional impressions. Yeah, there's the energy again of overthinking. And I feel like there is this energy with group 2 of really breaking down emotions in a logical way. For some of you, you really overanalyze emotions. And it's because a lot of you are afraid of them or detached from them. You're trying to understand them. And I just want to tell you, honey, that sometimes emotions have no logic, okay? Love is not always logical, okay? It doesn't always have a reason. Sometimes there's a really magical quality to love, and sometimes you got to go with it, honey. You just got to give in. You just kind of let it all go, and I know it's scary. And I know if this is love, I know some of you guys, you may love this person, but part of the choice is that you've held on to part of your heart. You're withholding part of your heart. You are afraid to go all in. That is part of this choice here, isn't it? I know. And I don't feel like the ancestors are coming in and saying, go ahead and give it. It's all going to be okay. They're not saying that, because this really isn't about comforting you. It's about encouraging you to take a risk. It's about encouraging you to bet on yourself. They're presenting you with an opportunity at wish fulfillment. It feels good. It feels nice. And it doesn't just have to be about love. This could be about a job or a situation, okay? But it feels good. Whatever this is, it feels good. It doesn't feel bad. But it feels so good that it makes you subconsciously want to sabotage it because you're scared of losing it. And sometimes when we do this kind of behavior, we manifest the loss. And we experience it over and over. And it becomes this generational pattern thing that we experience over and over. And I feel like some of you, if this is a partner or if other people are involved, you know, maybe you should talk to them about it. I know some of you are horrified at that idea, but you know, that's what a grown-up relationship's about. That's what grown-up friends are for. That's what, you know, grown-up situations are about. We have to talk about things, especially if we're about to sabotage ourselves, you know, because we've had trauma. And, you know, if this is love, your person probably knows you've had some issues, right? It's not a secret, okay? So, but before you have conversations, you've got to work this out for yourself. Don't be impulsive. Don't be reactive, okay? You want to be able to have good conversations where you feel like you really know how you feel. A lot of you guys don't really know because you're overcome with fear. And your ancestors want to help you with this. Because here's the thing. I feel like this will come up again. No matter if you run from this situation or not, no matter if you sabotage it or not, it will, if you sabotage this, it'll come up again. This fear will come up, it will repeat until you overcome it. And your ancestors want to help you overcome it, all right? Because you deserve to be happy. You deserve to have the happiness that you are working so hard to manifest. You deserve to have the love that you've worked so hard to manifest, the opportunities, the people, the good things in life that you've worked so hard to manifest. But you've got to let go of some of this fear. And it doesn't mean that you're fearless. You don't have any fear. Being fearless means that you have fear, but you face it anyway, you know. So it just means you go forward. You acknowledge the fear. You know it's a possibility, but you believe in the situation. You're going to go with your heart and you'll deal with the consequences as they come. You know that because the choice feels so good, the person or situation feels so good, and you get so many good things from it that it's worth the risk. And that's part of learning discernment, which is what you're doing. You're learning how to discern good choices and good risks, and that sometimes it's okay to leap towards adventure because sometimes it does work out. All right. Okay, group 2, that's what I received for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hey group 3, all of you that selected the 3 cinnamon sticks, this is going to be your reading all about the messages your ancestors have for you. Now keep in mind this is a general reading, it's a general session, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I do feel like these messages have to do with the Lionsgate portal that we're going through right now, although this is a timeless reading. So yeah, so I'm going to be pulling as we go. And the first deck I'm going to go to is the Portal Oracle. The Oracle of Portals. I think that's what this is called. All right. Let's see. I feel like your ancestors are already here. Tell me about group 3. I'm seeing like hot sauce, hot peppers, spicy, which is cinnamon, you know. So I'm seeing like you're very spicy. You're very. I feel like you have like a really great personality, and I feel like these ancestors are like, we're just so proud of you. I feel like you've come a long way, baby. We're just so proud of you. We're just so damn proud of you. I'm seeing like someone smoking a cigar, and they have a big belly and they're very jolly. They're very happy. And they're just like, I'm just so damn proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You've come so far. We have the return. Oh my, okay. Tell me more, ancestors. Tell me more for my group 3. The return, birth, independence, and trust. Wow. Okay. All right. This feels so, so good. I just got like a huge kind of energy from your ancestors of like vital energy, replenished energy, vitality returning with this birth card. Beautiful energy. It's like coming back to life with this return card, and independence. This is a beautiful, beautiful energy your ancestors are opening up here. Let's get some more energy here. Tell me more about this beautiful energy, this portal. You know, cinnamon is used in spell work for abundance. And I'm feeling this here. I'm feeling an abundant energy in general for group 3. And it feels like with the trust card, it just feels like this energy of learning to trust yourself more. And because you're learning to trust yourself more, it's like you're moving into this energy of becoming more and more independent. Okay? And really wise. This is a little bird here. When I see birds, I always think about spirit communication. And in the trust card, you know, we have these two energies here, and one is floating, and one is on a ledge here. And it's like, I feel like you're learning to trust spirit. You're learning to let go and leap and trust spirit. And you're leaping towards something that's going to make you very independent. And I feel like you absolutely know that whatever happens, that spirit's going to be there for you. Your ancestors are going to be there for you. We have conjuring, legacy, boom, boom, yes. Some of you guys have been working on this for a while, and you guys are conjuring something that is foundational, okay? Some of you guys have really been through it. And I feel like some of you started working hard on something, and it's being born, and it's going to help you become more and more independent. And this knowing is beyond the trust. I feel like you're going to just know how to move instinctually. Instinctually? I don't know. My tongue's heavy, you guys. Okay, give me some more energy, ancestors. We're going to have this card. We have alignment, magic. Okay, Are you magical? Are you a witch or something? Because I'm getting this vibe. I'm getting that the ancestors are going to talk about your magic, about your conjure, okay? That your magic, your manifestation, specifically magic, you're about to like walk through a portal where your magic is really going to start to manifest, okay? See how, I just want you to see the ribbons coming out of her mouth. I'm feeling like your spoken word, your expression, your throat chakra, your manifestations, your spell crafting, manifesting. You're in alignment for manifestation, okay? Because you have trusted. And I feel like with this birth card, like you have sown seeds. You have worked very hard. Some of you guys have done a lot of magical work. Like you've invested a lot of time. But it's not just magical work. You've done the actual work. Not actual, but you know, like the physical work. Okay, tell me more, ancestors. It's coming. I'm hearing it's a coming. And I feel like you're like, I've heard that though. I've heard that though. Yes, well, it takes time. It takes time, honey. We have blueprint. It takes time. Some of you guys are going to receive some kind of download or information from your ancestors on how to proceed through this Lion Gates portal. It'll start, but become more clear after like we pass through the portal. So through August into September and October, it will become more and more clear how to maneuver, and you will begin to see signs of manifestation. Some of you guys will see something big, some of you will see something small, but it will definitely be validations of the work you've done. It will definitely be enough to keep you going. Some of you guys are going to see the pathway to your independence, and you're being asked to trust. You're being asked also to invest, to continue to invest your time and energy in your path, and to not give up. I can. You need to keep believing in what you're doing, okay? It's very easy to get distracted and to get disheartened because we want it to happen now. And the thing about magic that we often forget, and the ancestors are like, sit down, I want to tell you something. Magic many times unloosens the blocks. Okay, so something wants to manifest, but you're blocked. So the magic makes the block apparent. Okay, and sometimes you're guided to do something like, okay, example, say you do like a wealth work. And all of a sudden you get this word from ancestors that says, okay, well, I need you to do a road opener. And you're like, oh, really? And you're not really clear why, but you're asked to do that. So you do a road opener, and during that road opener, you know, as you're connecting with the energy and you're in the ritual, it's revealed to you that why you did it. Like there's some kind of block for your mentally about money, like how you think about money. You still think of money in a lack mentality or whatever it is. Okay, that's just an example. That's just an example of how sometimes it works, how it unfolds sometimes. So in order to make that pathway to the wealth or whatever you're manifesting clear, sometimes spirit will sidestep you. So many times spell work and spell crafting has layers to it. And many of you are about to experience those layers. Those onions begin to, like the onion peels, the layers of the onion kind of unfold. So don't be surprised if ancestors start saying, okay, so you start getting like intuitive hits of like, well, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. And it might be like, I want an offering of cinnamon, or I want, can you do this? Or I need you to meditate more, or we need to expand your third eye, or we need to work on your confidence. I feel like these ancestors need you to be more open to that kind of thing. The idea that sometimes when we do spell work, there are side issues we have to clear, and we have to be willing to be open to that, to allow the movement of the bigger energy. And I'm feeling like some of you guys, like sometimes we prepare for spell work. So we magnetize ourselves. We do attraction energy work to magnetize ourselves for later work. And some of you guys may need to practice some magnetizing work, like attraction work, bringing more attraction to you before you do like the money work or whatever it is. This is just an example, okay? And your ancestors can help you with this. You just need to ask them, okay? And I'm getting this energy of... I feel like your ancestors want to have more conversations with you, more than anything. They want to have more like conversations. They want you to talk to them. We have let go. And we have joy and light. Okay. I feel like you guys, they need you to lighten up. I feel like some of you guys are working very hard, and you've been very serious about your manifestations, and you've been very serious about things. And some of you guys are missing your whole life. Like you're missing out on things and experiences. And this is a reminder, a gentle reminder from your ancestors that it's time for you to kind of enjoy your life. Okay, because it's going to manifest for you in the way it's meant to manifest for you. okay? And working yourself to death, or whatever you're doing where you're stressing yourself out and you're draining your energy, you're feeling exhausted, isn't going to make it happen any sooner. And you need to ask your ancestors for more help, okay? You need to be open to more help, okay? They're having me pull from the Dream Discernment deck. Quite a few cards, actually. We have you reflected on a transformation and rebirth of your old way of life into the new one? Okay, so you've already made some major changes in your life, but you haven't reflected on them. You haven't actualized the changes. You haven't reflected enough and transmuted the changes. There's a word I'm looking for that I cannot find, but you haven't actually taken the wisdom and activated it into your life, made it active. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing that the ancestors really want to see happen. Like, they want you to start activating those changes in your life, and using the wisdom that you already have, that you know, and stop working so madly, so hard, and start leaning on this trust. You know it's going to work out. So why are you still thinking that you have to work yourself to death? Okay. I feel like for many of you, your ancestors worked very, very hard for things, worked very, very, very hard, because they were told that's the only way you can succeed. And that's a lie. You don't have to work yourself to death for resources. And I feel like part of your process is learning and knowing the universe will provide for you. Okay, you're going to be okay. And I feel like some of you guys work so hard because there's just such a fear of the lack. And I understand that. And your ancestors want you, to take care of yourself. But being manic about it, being, overly working yourself to sickness, working yourself to worry and grief is not good for you. And it can really cause a block to the things that you're trying to manifest. You actually become your own worst enemy. And you don't really get to enjoy any of the fruits of your labor because all you're worried about is work. Some of you guys are workaholics. You work so much and you're not enjoying anything. And listen, I get it. Life is tough to enjoy right now, but there's so much beauty in the world. And I feel like your ancestors want you to know that it's really important to connect with the beauty of the world right now, to not lose sight of that in all the madness. We have, are you aware of those who are viewing you as competition? You don't even know how you're looking to other people right now. And that's because you haven't paused and reflected. If you would pause and reflect on how far you've come, you've given birth to kind of a new you in so many ways. Some of you have gone through a glow up and you don't even know it. Like, you've just been working so hard on yourself and your situation. And pause and reflect and look around you. You are now competition to people. Okay? People you probably never thought you could be competition to before. All right, that won't be for all of you, but if it fits, you know. Are you avoiding a truth on purpose and compromising your integrity? I don't think you're compromising your integrity. I think that you have not connected to the power of your transformation. You're more independent than you think. I think that you have more trust in the universe than you know. You're just very disconnected from it, because you've been so busy. You're so in your head. Some of you guys are still you're still acting in old patterns. You're still doing old behaviors that don't work. But it's an old habit. It's an old thing. And your ancestors want to make you aware that you're still doing this. And it is a block, and you're doing it automatically. Some of you guys are just automatically doing this, and the ancestors are like, you need to stop. So you need to pause and reflect. Ask your ancestors, what is it that I'm repeating? How am I blocking myself? That is one of the most powerful things you can ask spirit, ancestors, or guides or whatever to reveal to you is how am I blocking myself? How am I being toxic with myself? How am I being toxic with other people? How am I blocking other people? And sometimes it's very painful because they will reveal it to you. And then you have to do some deep self-reflection. We have, are you avoiding a truth? Okay, we already read that one. We have, are you giving yourself credit for taking care of others so protectively? You're not giving yourself enough credit for how far you've come. And you need to stop being so protective of other people and not protecting yourself. Other people are not more valuable than you. You need to realize your own self-worth. You have come so far and you're not giving yourself credit. I feel like this is a shame on you, and it's really not, okay? Your ancestors love you. They care about you, and they feel like you're almost like a little puppy dog. I'm seeing a puppy dog out in the rain who's so precious and so wonderful, and you can't see how precious and wonderful you are. And they really need you to. They need you to see how far you have come and how wonderful you are. Because I feel like your ancestors, they think you're going to miss the boat, like you're going to miss the wonder of what's about to happen or what is happening around you, the magic that's manifesting. It's manifesting right now around you, but a lot of you can't feel it. You're not in touch with it because you have this other stuff going on. So they really want to help you work through this so you can enjoy this as it manifests for you, whatever this is. What did your experiences teach you that you can pass on to others? What did you learn? What have you learned in the last 6 months to 3 years? We all learned a lot, didn't we? What did you learn? Some of you guys need to start a journal and think about that question every day. What did I learn? What have I learned? Let's journal what I've learned. How can I turn what I've learned into wisdom? And how can I use it to help myself and other people? If you feel called to help other people, right? But before you can really help other people with what you've learned and turning it into wisdom, first you got to do it for yourself, right? You got to figure out, how can I apply what I've learned to my life for my own betterment? And some of you guys are extremely hard on yourself. You still have perfectionist attitudes about yourself. You may be drawn to group 1, okay? If you are, you are. Is your home a place you feel safe and secure? Some of you guys have some issues with where you're living, or there's some issues with your family that you're not facing. Okay, there's some issues with people around you that you don't trust, with this trust card here. And that may be part of what's going on, is that you have to face the fact that there are people in your life you don't trust. And you have to trust that about yourself. It's not a character flaw because you don't trust them. It's not a moral issue because you don't trust them. There are reasons you don't trust them, and they're valid, okay? And learning to trust yourself, that you don't trust people for a reason, will help you learn to trust the universe, your ancestors, on your journey. This is part of the process, is learning to trust yourself when it comes to people, even family. Okay, but you can't embrace that until you deal with the fact that there are people around you you do not trust. And perhaps you've had to force yourself to be around them. It may be at work, it may be at home, it may be family, but it feels like some place that you have to be around people, you have to deal with them, or you feel like you have to deal with them. Now, I feel like if this is family, you may not have to deal with them as much as you do. All right? Just keep that in mind. That won't be for all of you. We have you had a loss, shock, or struggle that you're bottling up? Okay, boom. These two things feel like they go together. Some of you guys have some deeper issues here that you need to deal with. This isn't what this reading's about, but your ancestors want you to know that no matter what you do, these issues exist. And they know it, and you know it. And it's okay to cry about it. It's okay to be upset about it. Your feelings are valid, okay? But if you need help, please go seek it. I'm just a woman with a gift and I'm sharing it with you, okay? And it's okay if you need someone to talk to. And it's okay if you find out the people or a person that you love and cared about is someone that you can't trust anymore or you never could. Sometimes we have to come to these realizations in time on our own journey. Okay, and it can be very devastating. And this isn't what this reading's about, but your ancestors want you to know that they can help you, like they're there. They want you to just talk to them. You can talk to them just like they're in the room. And this can be a grandma. It doesn't have to be from 1800s. It can be someone who's just passed over. Some of you guys have a grandma spirit that knows what happened. They've passed over. They know. And you can just talk to them. You can just talk to them about it. You can cry. You can be angry. They can be your shoulder to cry on now. That's what they're there for. They're around you. Some of them have a locket. They gave you a locket or left you a locket or a ring or something. I'm feeling like a heart-shaped locket. I'm seeing hearts. There's lots of hearts. There's a lot of love being sent your way from this grant. And it's very specific. It's not for all of you. But I'm feeling, and I'm also feeling like on the side of like the left side of like my jaw into my neck, I feel like I may have had this is how you know, I may have had like some kind of blockage in my neck. I may have had a stroke. I may have had a heart attack. So if that's for those of you, if this is spirit is yours, okay, it belongs to you. All right. She just wanted to clarify that. And I'm seeing like different names. For some of you, it's like Joyce or Jocelyn or Jay or Joy. But I feel this energy also of like they want you to be happy. They really want you to not carry this burden, whatever it is. And for some of you, it's very traumatic. And for some of you, it's like a disagreement or a fight. It's something that's made you aware you can't trust people in your family. And it could be about money. All right. So we're not going to get real deep into that. Whatever that is, it feels very personal. But the ancestors are there for you. Okay, and they want to help you through this situation. I feel like they're peeking around the corner in my bedroom. So I feel like you guys may have some ancestor energy like in your house peeking around corners. You may feel like they're peeking around corners or watching over you, and they are. They're there watching over you, and all you have to do is ask them for help, and they're there for you. And I feel like many of you already know that, but for some of you that don't, there is that information for you. So all right, group 3, that's what I received for you. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures next time. Bye, guys.